morning, welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to make a card like this, which is a one layer card, but it looks like it could be made of several layers. So we're going to learn how to do that, and with limited supplies, so that if you're a new crafter or if you're going on holiday and you can only take a certain amount of supplies with you, then this should still be easy to create. So I'm using this Forever Fern stamp set today, but you could do it with flowers or something like that. This is really nice for it, and you can see that it has like these pixelated images, which gives it a nice bit of texture, which is really lovely for such a simple card. And then my thank you greeting is from this Peaceful Moment stamp set, but again you could use one of the greetings from this, or you could use any ones that you've already got in your collection. I just wanted to use the thank you because I need thank you cards at the moment. So this one that I made here, I made with a soft seafoam card base, and I used shaded spruce and just jade as the colours to stamp with, and I used the shaded spruce pen to do this. But for the one we're going to make today, I'm going to use a balmy blue card base, and I'm going to use Pacific Point and Night of Navy inks. So to get this look of having several layers, I've just cut a piece of masking sheet. I'll put a link to where I get my masking sheets from at the bottom, but you could use post-it notes, or even you could just stick down a piece of paper as long as you use a low tack tape. But I have cut this to 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card front, and you can see I use this for this card, so you can use it again and again, and I tend to just stick them back on the set of sheets that I've got, because ones like this I'll use all the time. But if I cut them out for a specific, say I wanted to cover over a specific stamp, then I usually store it in the actual stamp set so that I know I've got a mask for that made when I come to use it. So I'm just going to pop this in the centre of my card front. I'm just going to pop that down. Now for this one, I got a sponge brayer, and I used the ink pad, and I literally just brayed over it, so brayed over the outside. But just to show a different way of doing it, you can also just get a Stampin' Right marker, and you can just colour down the edges. So it really depends on what you've got on hand, because if you've not got a brayer, then you might like to do it this way. If you've not got the pens, then you could use the brayers. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a brayer either. You could use any of the the ink blending tools that are on the market. We sell sponge daubers, and we sell sponges, which you can cut up in quarters and use to spread your ink around. But this is an example of a brayer for anyone that's not seen one before, and you literally just pick up your ink like this and you just put it over, and it just creates this effect here. So now that I've coloured around the outside, then I can just peel this off, and we'll have a nice neat edge to it. And then I've got this piece, which again you can see I cut it for this card, but I'm going to use it again here. So you just need a rectangle that your chosen sentiment will fit inside, and you just want to pop that in the centre of your card. So then I'm going to take, I've got my Night of Navy here, and I've got Pacific Point here, and I'm just going to take some of the leafy stamps. So I've got this nice one here, so maybe I'll use Pacific Point with this one. So I'm just going to pop that there. I'll have another one in this corner. I've got another big one here, so I'll use Night of Navy with that one. I'm going to pop that in this corner, and then I'm just going to pop another one here. So I've not re-inked it again, but it gives a bit more of a depth of colour, so I'm going to do that again in the other corner. Now I'm going to use this little leaf as well, and I think I'll use the Pacific point again for that. So I'm going to stamp it there, and then I'll stamp off again there. So you can see we're creating a nice depth of colours here. So then I'm going to peel this off. So you can see I've got a nice space for my sentiment there. So we're going to stamp the sentiment in the middle. Just put that right in the middle there. And then I was umming and ahhing whether to leave it like that, but I think I quite like it with the frame around the outside. So then you just want to bring in a ruler. You can just use the nib end of the Stampin' Right marker, and you can just draw a little border around there. And this is the great thing with Stampin' Up, is that because everything coordinates, that you know that the pen's going to coordinate with the inks, so it's all going to look really lovely and give a nice finish. I just didn't make that quite long enough there, that little line. So then we've got this really nice quick and simple card that looks like it's got more than one layer, but it doesn't, so it's easy to go in the post, simple to make. You don't need a lot of supplies to be able to make it. It just takes a little bit of masking. So I'll just bring in the one that I made earlier. So this is the green one I made originally, and here's the blue one that we've made today. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you did, please click like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see future projects. All of the products that we've used to create today's cards are listed in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.